The Economic Policy Research Center EPRC has conducted a study on the potential of coffee to uplift people out of poverty in the northern part of Uganda.
Two factors motivated the commissioning of the study by EPRC on the potential impact of coffee to uplift people from northern Uganda out of poverty. Number one is the literature that links the type of crops grown to poverty levels with the households mainly growing annual crops experiencing higher levels of poverty compared to those that are engaged in coffee growing as a perennial crop. Number two is the statistics by UBOS that show higher levels of poverty in northern Uganda. The other factor was the intervention by UCDA that has spent a lot of resources to expand coffee growing from traditional areas to northern Uganda. Little is known about the outcome of the resources that have been expended by UCDA and its potential impact on the livelihood of people who are now engaged in coffee in northern Uganda.
Uganda has a government which assigned Uganda Coffee Development Authority to spearhead the program ventured in the north. It was like a trial, but when reality came up, it was realized that coffee could grow in the north. So the first reason was to alleviate poverty, and the second one was also to ensure food security.
For a very long time, some of our population have thought that coffee cannot grow because that is what our colonial masters told us, that we can only grow cotton. And to our surprise, coffee does well. And by 2006, when the insurgency ended, many people, a few groups of farmers, especially in Koch Goma, took up coffee growing. That is what is documented, but it could have started much earlier.
In a bid to further strengthen documentation of pertinent issues under the study and improve on the quality of the planned dissemination activity, this filming was conducted in 4 districts in the Mid-Northern region. The key issues captured were adoption of coffee farming in the Mid-North, performance of coffee in the Mid-North, coffee farming versus poverty, or welfare levels. What has worked well and what has not, constraints and political will, as well as the views and experience of the district local governments on coffee production in the Mid-North.
Our land is fertile. Our land is fertile. With the improved colonial coffee, we are doing well. We are vesting.
Among the key actors who are participating in the coffee value chain are farmers, a nursery operator, as well as a seed multiplier in Unyama Laibi and Ogako in Gulu district.
Those who met me to do seed multiplier or multiplication was the Coffee Development Authority. They came to my farm and they saw how coffee best it is. And they request me that can you do the seed multiplication? I say yes, I can do. And they say, if we give you a target, can you finish it? I say I can complete it very well.
I started growing coffee in 2008. What made me, what gave me interest for that is I saw from my fellow neighbor here, Penena, and she was getting everything she wants. And so I asked her, can I also start growing coffee? Then she said, you are most welcome. Then I started growing it. So now I can change dresses, I can change my food, any variety I want to eat.
To a farmer who has decided to grow coffee, if he doesn't work in the plantation well, the disadvantage is that it discourages others. But if he works in the field very well, then it encourages others who still doesn't know that coffee is a very useful crop.
Last year, coffee now nyak. Okay, la kilo piera bor we are there. At least I know chene mo ye. Mon fu nyak mi achiel. Ara ngeni abi no makaro anone. Kidong coffee peki for kene. Ki timo gana ke wa intercropping. Ki pero jami mogo cham mogo ikin coffee anone.
Nwoya is yet another district in the northern region of Uganda where success is being realized in respect to the potential of coffee farming.
En ni obedo tij matek ma wan otika timone minene ng'om ma wan otika tich yene timo maber ma watika yupone kere. So watika neno ng'om ma watika yupo yene bene tika dongo ma kumgi tika nen maleng chomio tij ma wan otika neno ne ki kama wan otika yupo no timo maber.
The future of coffee in Nwoya district looks to be so bright in that the number of farmers adopting is increasing every year. With Coach Goma having a farmer called Mr. Nyeko, who has really performed well. Last year, he managed to produce about 18 tons, and he got about 16 million. And this has really attracted some other farmers who are really willing to begin adopting.
We have got in our district development plan what we call unfunded priority. Actually, coffee is captured in our DDP as an unfunded priority. That means we recognize coffee as one of our important upcoming crops.
Significant activities are also evident across the Lango sub-region and in particular the district of Lira. Scores of farmers have managed to place acres under this important cash crop.
I must say the number of farmers that come in this office starting from last year, I'm now seeing a number of farmers coming for technical advice. They are coming to ask how can I access coffee seedlings? What should I do? Like in my office, just recently, there are a number of farmers that actually came for asking for seedlings or coming for advice on coffee production alone.
The demand of farmers to coffee seedlings is increasing very high year after year. Usually when they're ready, the farmers come and collect the seedling from the nursery. After signing the form, then they take the seedling for planting.
For the last few years, the coffee office in Lira has been making a lot of effort to make the farmers aware. And now there is a lot of interest, and I think before long, there will be a coffee association formed.
Still within the Lango sub-region in Apac, district officials also attest to the impact and indeed potential of coffee in uplifting of locals from poverty.
I'm now able to have another projects like poultry units out of the coffee products.
Now the grade of coffee we are growing here is almost better than the one in Uganda. Coffee is very, very profitable if they grow it. You earn more than other things.
According to the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, millions of coffee seedlings are now maturing into commercial fields with wider benefits to the populations in this part of the country.
All our seedlings that have been planted and are being planted are coming out from the private nurseries and the community-based nurseries. This year alone, we were able to give out a total of 735 kilograms of coffee seeds to farmers in form of supporting community nurseries and private nurseries. And from that lot, we expect more than 1.4 million seedlings. And the 1.4 million seedlings, I'm sure it will satisfy the whole of Acholi sub-region.
When we began the program, actually we used to persuade people to grow coffee, but now they even demand for the program. So there is increase in production and also the increase in the interest of the people. And statistically, we have about 1.5 million seedlings raised this financial year, ready for distribution to the farmers.
With official figures from the Uganda Bureau of Statistics indicating that poverty levels in northern Uganda remain high, experts maintain that increased participation of the population in coffee production could easily move them out of the poverty line.
The coffee value chain is just evolving in northern Uganda. Since the crop had just been introduced, we wanted to find out the challenges along the value chain that actors are experiencing, especially the input dealers, the nursery operators, the farmers themselves, the traders, and the processors.
Their only problem remained the marketing arrangements, the structure. The marketing structure had not been very favorable for most of these farmers.
Farming cannot escape without constraints. The major one is our prolonged dry season, because we start getting serious dry season in December, moving through up to March. Sometimes could even spill up to April.
Coffee grows very well in Gulu district, except during dry season, because the sun here is too strong. That can destroy coffee for 3 months. Then afterward, when the rain comes, then it progresses again.
Coffee tour kere. Chi parma diet berni. Tu coffee tour. Pia cheng manoti matak to twal. Pian car eno ni no kap pere. Chi dong mini wa teko mi guakone mira wa yin yo ma wati matak mi guakone wa tour ni po tuo miro nyare.
The irrigation, I use this water bottle. I fill it and then I put it near the water, near the tree, so that it leaks slowly by slowly. When it gets finished, then you add more water. You can do it once a week, till the rain comes.
Our challenge is this at the moment. First is the processing machine, because we are selling raw. And selling raw, we are getting little money. But if you see the amount of coffee we are growing now, it is sufficient enough to get a processing machine. If there's any government can think about us and give us a processing machine here, we shall be selling a processed coffee seeds. Then we shall get more money than selling the raw one.
There is still need to build up the capacity of the nursery operators to produce good quality seedlings, so that the output is also seen.
If we want to improve coffee growing in Apac or in the whole country or in Uganda, at least extension services government should at least recruit them so that they could sensitize farmers about coffee growing.
Farmers are thinking of forming a coffee union so that we can, as a group, bigger farmers now, can now think about processing our own coffee.